Ever wonder what separates the most profitable prop firm traders apart from the rest? The traders that are losing money consistently, traders that are consistently blowing their accounts. These are traders that are pulling thousands of dollars from the market every single day versus these traders over here losing money consistently. But what exactly are these traders doing? That's what we are going to look at today. I have 20 profitable traders. We're going to review their statistics and how they trade, their win rate, average reward to risk, how they trade versus these types of traders and the common mistakes that these traders are making. And what you're going to notice with these profitable traders, they're not doing anything of what you see people talking about on social media. And at the end, I'm going to share with you my top 2 tips on once you become a prop firm trader, you need to implement these 2 things before you start trading that live account. I appreciate if you guys like the video, subscribe, and in fact, let me know in the description below what you think about this video and how these traders are trading. I want to hear your input on what you have to say. Let's get into this. So the way that I'm getting these scorecards of this guy making $400 a day, 60% win rate and that type of stuff, this is a live stream that Top Step does on Top Step TV on YouTube every single day. And they do a 30-minute segment during the day where they talk about profitable traders and losing traders, and they break down the pros and cons of how they're trading. Okay, and they teach them how to get better, what they like and what they don't like about their trading. So basically what I've done is I pulled up the last 20 live streams and I just took pictures of each individual scorecard. I blurred out their name and we're going to be looking at them because we have a bunch of winners and we have a bunch of losers to look at. So let's get it straight into this. And you're going to notice a lot of these key things, and you feel free to pause the video as I go through some of these. If you want to skip over some, scroll in, blow up the video, whatever you got to do, and you can read it yourself if you want to spend more time on this type of stuff, because it's one of the most highly anticipated part. I'm sure a lot of people that trade with Top Step are going to be watching this video. So the first trader we're looking at is from Florida. He is trading a $100,000 account. He just got moved from an XFA to a live account, so he's trading with live capital. He can already be taking payouts from this firm. Okay, and what you're going to notice is he has 67% winning days, and overall he has a 60% winning trades, averaging $400 profit and loss. And what you notice here, he is taking 2 trades per day, which is nice. You don't have to be taking 30 trades a day. Okay, you see it a lot on social media, people taking a bunch of trades. This guy is focused on quality trades. They even say it right here. He's very selective with his trades. He's got good hold times. Okay, he is averaging his reward to risk 3-to-1, which is actually incredible. That's insane. 3-to-1 reward to risk with a 60% win rate is actually insane. I would be expecting that to drop over time. To hold that long term is very difficult. Now, they're taking the stats from when he was being moved from one account to another. So he probably has 1 to maybe 3 months worth of data that they're analyzing. Okay, so that would probably drop over time in my opinion. But overall, 67% winning days, winning 60% of his trades with an average daily profit and loss of $400. Awesome. Very selective with his trades. That's what I like to do. This trader from Texas making about $1,000 a day, winning 52% of his trading days, and he has a 43% winning trade record. Okay, so his win-loss is about 43%. His reward to risk is 2-to-1. So he's making $2,400 every time he wins, and he loses about $1,000. Once again, this trader is only taking 3 trades per day. He's very selective. He is trading a $150,000 account. This guy's doing really well. But something you'll notice again, 3 trades a day. He's not taking 20 trades a day. He doesn't have a negative reward to risk. He's winning 43% of the trades. Okay, that's something that you see on social media, people talking about all the time, 90% win rate. That's something that you're going to notice here. Look at this guy. Guy from Texas, man. Is this another guy from, yeah, everybody's from Texas. This guy is trading a $150,000 account, 56% winning days. He has a 54% win-loss percentage, going for a 2-to-1 reward to risk. That's awesome. So making $800 a day. That's very impressive. Impressive win rate. They even said it here. It's a very impressive win rate. That's probably going to drop. Often only takes 1 trade per day. Wow, that's amazing. So once again, he's not taking a bunch of trades. He's got a pretty good reward to risk with a high win rate. That's probably going to drop over time. Okay, and he's taken over $3,000 in payouts. and it took him 18 trading days to complete. So hey, that's awesome. Let's skip through a couple. There's some real big traders in here. Feel free to pause the video if you want to, look at some of these guys' trades and that type of stuff. Like this guy right here. Okay, $200 a day, trading a $100,000 account. He wins 79% of his winning days. He has a 70% win-loss percentage, but his reward to risk is negative, which is fine. Okay, that is fine. He makes $90 when he wins, but when he loses about $130. That's of course to be expected. Okay, you're asking less for the market. Okay, so you're going to have a higher win-loss percentage. To this day, I don't know a single trader who can consistently hold a 75% win rate going for 3-to-1 reward to risk. I have never met a trader. Yes, you could pull a month's worth of data, a week's worth of data, and you could get those results. But you want to talk about 6 months worth of data, there ain't no way you're holding a 70% win rate going for a 3-to-1 reward to risk. There's a guy that has his own segment, Coach Dakota, they call him, and he has his own little segment called Slow Markets. His win rate, I think, is like 40%, and he has like a 3-to-1 reward to risk, right? And he's one of the top 5 traders on that whole prop firm. I think he's like ranked 6th or 7th or something like that for the year right now. And he has a 40%, 38% win rate going for, I think it's like 3-to-1 reward to risk. I could be wrong. Sorry about that if I'm wrong. But just so you guys see, like this is another guy. Daily loss, $3,500, okay? He is making 50% of his days are winning days. So he's having winning days and losing days. He's got a 34% win-loss percentage. He takes an average of 3-to-1 reward to risk. So $3,000 he makes on a trade, he loses about $1,000. He's got great hold times, he's got good reward to risk, and he takes a low amount of trades. Once again, low amount of trades. He's not taking 10 trades per day. All these guys are taking a low amount of trades. Okay, let's look at this guy. I don't know, let's look at this guy. Guy from Illinois, $3,000, trading a $150,000 account, XFA. He is winning 30% of his trades. But look at his reward to risk. 3-to-1, $1,750, and when he loses, $565, wins about 50% of his trading days. He's got good hold times, pretty selective for a scalper too, and he's trading the NASDAQ, all right? So that's something that we see over here. Let's see if we can find someone interesting. 41% win rate, and he is going for like just like a 1.7 reward to risk. Okay, once again, these guys aren't going for a massive reward to risk. These guys are very selective with their trades, very selective with his trades, right? All these guys, they're not taking a bunch of trades in a day, okay? Versus if we have a look, let's look at one more and we'll have a look. So let me see. You guys can, pause the video and, screenshot, look at this if you guys like. But this is a lot of good stuff that people like to see, and they like to see other people's stats. And I want to hone you guys in to realize, like, it's social media, man. It's a bunch of BS that you see people out there saying, I'm going to turn $100 into a $50,000 account. Later on, he gets exposed for faking the whole thing. Like, I'm telling you, people just are not doing that. They're doing it for clicks. They're doing it for views. They're doing it to get people into their system and to sell them the dream of that they can turn a $500 account into $500,000 by following their signals. These guys are live. These guys are trading $150,000 accounts, $500,000 accounts, and these guys have a 50% win rate, 40% win rate, going for 1.5, 2-to-1 reward to risk. They're not going for 10-to-1 trades, okay? They're not going for 90% win rate like you see on social media. This is reality, okay? Let's look at another one. Last guy before we move on and look at the losers. Let's look at another one because we already looked at that guy. Did we look at this guy from Ireland? He has a win-loss percentage of 44%. Takes an average of 7 trades per day, okay? And his reward to risk is 1.6-to-1, okay? Now let's have a look at some of these other guys who are not doing too well. Average losing, $900, $400, $790, okay? And you're going to notice a lot of these guys, we're not going to spend too much time looking at them, but there's something wrong in their trading, and a lot of their key notes of what they have to say down in here, they're either their trading strategy isn't working, or they're over trading, or they maximize their drawdown. They hold on to their losers, right? And that's one of the key things. So this trader right here, a guy from Michigan, he has lost his account. He was trading a $150,000 account. He was losing now $1,500 a day trading the NASDAQ. His reward to risk was 2-to-1, but his win-loss percentage was 22% of his trade. Okay, they even said it here. We don't have the exact stats on all his trading, but he was over trading. Okay, he was holding on to his losers. That's something that you're going to notice with these guys. This guy over here from Texas. All right, shout out to Texas again. $800 losing every single day, 61% of his trades. But notice here, he's got a reversed reward to risk. He's got a 61% of his time that he's winning his trades, but his reward to risk is 1-to-2. He's risking $400. Every time he loses, he's losing $400. And when he wins, he makes $200. Okay, so he's got a reversed reward to risk. Okay, that's not very good. He's even holding on to his trades longer than he should be. He's pretty selective. He's only taking 6 trades a day, which might be a bit for a lot of people, but he's holding on to these trades, hoping that they reverse. So you got to be careful with that type of stuff. Yes, you might do well for a month to maybe 2 months, but eventually that's going to catch up with you and you're going to go into a drawdown period. Okay? We look at another trader. This guy from Florida, 51% winning trade, so he has a win-loss percentage of 51%. 16 trades in a day. That's a lot of trades. Once again, he has a negative reward to risk of when he wins, he's making about $350, and when he loses about $520. Textbook example of overtrading. 16 trades, we haven't even seen 16 trades. So that is a ton of trades right there. Okay, so some type of review process these guys need to do. This is why journaling and reviewing is important, right? Risk management. And that's just another thing, right? Risk management is not just how much you lose per trade. Risk management is, yes, how much are you risking on the trade, but when are you getting out of your trade because the trade is no longer going in your favor? Instead of accepting 100% of a loss, getting out at a 50% of a loss instead of taking a full loss. How about closing your trade early because you no longer believe that there's a high probability of hitting your 3-to-1 reward to risk, right? Having a trailing stop, adding into your positions. That is what risk management is. Okay, it's not just, only losing $500 a day and only risking $100. Risk management is a lot more than that. Okay, and that takes time to develop, right? Time and experience cures a lot of these things. So if we overall look at what these guys are doing, like these guys were trading a live account. These guys were once funded traders, but they snowballed into maybe a drawdown. They started over trading. They started holding on to their losing positions. Maybe they didn't adjust their trading to the current markets. That's very important, right? So it's these 3 or 4 things that snowball into them losing their account. Versus a lot of these other traders, you see them taking very selective trades. They have a respectable win-loss percentage. They're not asking for a crap ton in the markets. So now I want to share with you my top 2 tips if you ever become a prop firm trader. Because this trader I've been working with for just over a month has now passed 2 $150,000 accounts managing $300,000. And this is the first thing I always tell them. First off, I always congratulate them. But the second thing I always tell them is I recommend you doing these 2 things. The first thing is going to take 1 to 2 days off. You have to understand your adrenaline, your emotions are very high right now because you just passed an account. You're filled with excitement. But this is where a lot of traders blow their account because they're so excited, they want to jump into it. They're now managing money that they never had access to. They can start taking payouts. They have very high emotions at that point. So take yourself away from that. Step away from the charts for 2 to 3 days. Take a week off, then come back into the charts. The second thing that I always recommend doing is when you start trading that live account is to trade with very small risk, all right? People will start going off and just instantly start trading $500 per trade or $200 per trade. Take a step back. Risk $50 a trade, $100 per trade, $20 per trade. This is why I say like 1/4 your risk for the first 1 to 2 weeks and just ease your way in because a lot of people have never lost $500 of a trading account of real cash, okay, that they could have withdrawn. And so now that you start losing $500 or $1,000 right off the bat, you're very excited, you're filled with emotions. It's a snowball effect of that you just blow your account. And this is why most people will never achieve a prop firm payout. These are old stats from an old prop firm, and they were talking about how, based off of their own stats with their firm, 10% only ever passed phase 1. Okay, from there, 24% of those 10% of traders who did pass phase 1, 24% passed phase 2 and started trading a live account. And then from there, only 3% of the traders who passed phase 2 ever achieved a payout. That's like basically taking 1,000 traders that signed up for this challenge, 100 passed phase 1, and then about 24% of them, so about 20, that would be 24, of those traders ever passed phase 2 and got access to a live account. From there, only one of them ever got a payout from that account. Okay, now I understand most firms don't require phase 2. It's easier to take a payout, but I want you to understand most will blow their account once they get access to it, right? And I'm trying to minimize that by implementing these 2 rules, right? Overall, I recommend taking 2 to 3 days off, and when you come back, trade with very small risk for the first 1 to 2 weeks. This is why traders never achieve their first payout. So overall, I hope you learned a lot looking at what these traders are doing versus these traders, talking about expectations, how many trades they take, what's their win-loss percentage, what's a winning day versus a losing day. Okay, these are profitable traders taking payouts every single week. And there are traders blowing their accounts every single week. So I appreciate if you guys like the video, subscribe. If you wanted to check out Top Step, they have a live stream going on every single day during the US session. Feel free to check them out. This is the shoulder tap session that they do. Appreciate if you guys like the video. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this. I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.